Hi. Yeah, it's Matt from Kind of Holistics. Um, so today I just want to record a video about um a conversation I had today, and also about what's been happening over the last couple of days. And I'm just recording a transformation of my own self through my own consciousness. But it's really quite funny. I was out and I was talking to a good friend of mine. We had lunch today, and we was talking about different theories and theologians, and also teachers and so on. And um, we was just talking about people getting into the process of concepts or words and the linguistics and the language of these different tools of knowledge. And because I come from a more of a spiritual path, that was my journey. Obviously, I've got enlightened many years ago. I'll say about 20 years ago, and it wasn't no burning bush. It was just, it's a long story, but I'll speak about it another time. But where his journey was different, it was more of about learning about theories and coaching and counseling, and mine came down the same route and kind of met at the same time. He still had the same spiritual experiences, but what was the important thing I wanted to say was that um, as we were talking, we weren't debating, we were speaking about around awareness and consciousness and place of self and the true path of happiness and the pursuit of happiness, and living in your own negative state and transforming out your negative state, and living on another frequency in order to balance the lower frequencies, and being aware of the low frequencies and all this stuff. And we were saying about using these words because other people use these words. And if you're new into this and you want to get an idea, or you just started your spiritual path and you've come across it because you're hungry and you want to learn about it and you're rooted in it, and then it's something that is really driving you and you want to get some knowledge. I'm not saying a teacher, I'm saying a a learn different forms of schools of thought. So let me explain that again. Let me say that again. A different ways of schools of thought, because what we were saying as well today was that everyone has different concepts. People's idea and what they write about is their experience. What they talk about is their experience. How they project it is through their path. Someone can talk about the same consciousness or the same situation, and it could be five different people that, and they can speak about it. And I think it was Adler that told us, said that we don't exist. We don't have we don't share the same results in the same environment. So you put someone in the same environment, trauma. Someone may come five people. People may come at differently than others, and you can see this in a city. Um, and you can see these in the wealthy areas where you get wealthy people, for example, and their children who are born into money, and take. I'm not saying all of them. It's some of them. Some people I've spoken to take drugs, have that ready availability to have a form of escapism. And it's really, if you think about it, you've got the wealthy people who have children who will go out and spend thousands on drugs to escape from their reality because they feel boxed in their world. You get the other side of the spectrum, the poorer people, who again take drugs, sell drugs in order to escape their state of consciousness or living. And so put these two entities, say A and B, male or female, in a situation, how would it come out? And working as a therapist before and now, obviously, seeing and working with people who come from massive backgrounds, you'd be surprised the wealth where intoxication, drugs, uh, um, depression, suicide, all this comes from. It has no boundaries to your age or your um, gender or to your wealth. I think it's very personable, these valid situations. And what we were saying was that um, we, as you hear me, I always speak from my own experience or what I hear and what I feel my own perception would be. And you always sometimes hear me say you need to own your own truth. And this is what we were saying today, that many people who struggle because they're afraid to own their own truth. This is why they are blocked and stuck on that same rat wheel. And then when they're threatened, they fly. They do fight and flight, and they fight, and you get the anger, and then you see them lashing out, and then or they fly, and they fly, get into flight mode, and they try and run away. And what we were saying is that if there's something called the individualism, and it's the gap between fight and flight. I can't remember the concept we were talking about the name of it, but the important thing is in between those two, the in between bit is peace, is stability, stop. In spirituality we call it limbo land. When you pass to the other side, you don't go up, you don't go down, you stay in limbo land. So if we can stay within that box and stay in that consciousness awareness. See, you want me saying the words as well. I wanted to just see if I can talk without using those words, but anyway, it is what it is. If we can stay within that box and analyze and assess and basically check ourselves about what's going on and how it's affecting us, we can then work out what the proper answer would be to these issues, and we learn from it. We should learn from that answer, that valid answer. And this is why, for me, I called when I done Karnak Holistics, and our line is learn together and grow together. You learn from it and you grow from it, and I think that is so key about how we are and how we should, as a people, humanity, can learn and grow. When I was recently dealing with some dark issues in my life, and I wasn't in a good place. But bloody hell, I've got some fucking amazing people around me. And they say you don't know what you got until you're in a dark situation. And I've truly been blessed, I have to honestly say. From where I'm working to my family, my immediate family, my partner, predominantly. And you know what? If you used to say what did they do, or you used to ask them what did they do, what was the outcome, or what was their approach? Their approach was just, I'm here for you. I'm here for you in that moment when you need to talk. I'm here for you. Not the bullshit you hear people say, yeah, I'm here for you, and then you don't hear shit, and they disappear. I mean, they're here for you. And they, as you're going on and you found in a couple of days, I was getting texts, You okay? I hope you're all right. You know, I'm here. I'm here for you. Um, that's blessings, man. That's true blessings. True blessings. And I feel sometimes we take things like that for granted. And I'm loving life. I was playing a song from, what's that film? Oliver. I think it's Oliver. I love life. Oh no, still like it's Scrooge. I love life, and it kind of irritated my other half to be honest. Bless her, Candy. Um, but it was really, it was really good. It was nice to say I'm loving life. And quite recently, speaking about Candy, quite recently, it's like 600 days now. She's been clear of alcohol. And she asked me to speak on the alcohol group. So I did. Just my approach, just how, as someone who don't drink, who doesn't smoke, who doesn't do all that, how I lived with someone who was in recovery, who was chose to go into recovery, and people or chose to be who were drinkers, and so I spoke, went down really well. And but I just simply said I didn't do anything. I was just there when she needed me. It's kind of like having a TV that was always there, really. When you turn it on, the TV comes on the right station. Um, that's what um, I think people want. That's just my perception. Wrong or right? Yeah, it could be whatever. For me, it's I try to be there at that moment in time when friends of mine uh, are in a dark zone, and I'm ready to just not even switch on the light, and but I'm just not giving the to crit not giving critical um critical reviews, but positive affirmations and guidance, and not be like when these people go, if you learn from this, you shall elevate into a higher state of consciousness. No, that I think that just irritates someone who's in a dark place. So it's just determined, and when they're there, and you know what, just say, you know what, yeah, fucking hell, man, you're going through some dark shit. You know what, I'm there for you. You know what, you need a hug. You need someone to just sit with you. You need to just sit, have a couple drinks. You want to just sit, um, and just chill, listen to some music. That's cool. That's cool. That's what I was saying I was doing. Um, and a friend of mine today he was going on leave. I work with him, and he messaged me and said, well, actually called me and said, I'm going to leave. I just wanted to just say, like, you know what? Um, well done about chatting and calling and doing what you did. Um, it takes a strong person to do that, and being where they are, blah blah blah. Same. Um, but just checking to say, yeah, I'm away for a couple of weeks, but you know what? Hang in there. I'll see you when I'll be in touch when I get back. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that. No one has to do that. With me, um, I got your back. Yeah, no matter what. But I also remember when you do me wrong and when you do me right. It's like that song by Teddy Riley and Heavy D, "Do Me Right." So it's yeah, you remember, and so many times people try and say, um, as I was saying earlier about me and my friend speaking about these theories and Adler and Jung and Gestalt theory, um, and Freud and all these people and all these ancient, you know what I mean? They're like the original forefathers of modern therapy. But we know therapy goes back thousands of years. It's going back to the days of Buddha, days of Jesus, days of Moses, days of Noah. These prophets were counselors. You know, they had people coming to them asking and seeking advice. So the reality is like knowing my own self, and now knowing from coming from a dark place and having people telling me about the past and the bullshit that really didn't happen. You know, thanks for that. Cheers, because you know what? You've just done me a massive frigging favor. I managed to work out how blessed I am. How bloody blessed I am. You know, me and my other half go to this nice vegan, uh, like cafe, not far from me in Surrey. I mean, chill, and it's good to just chill in the evening and just have, you know, a couple of drinks, not alcohol-free stuff, and just chat. I never had that, and no woman really gave that, because it's, and I'm just speaking from experience, right? There's always, so don't get me wrong. When the kids were younger, I used to sit and watch Will Go By my ex, and we used to just open the double doors and just watch life and just talk about stuff. But it feels like now there's a more rooted, purposefully. When I speak with my fiance now, Candy, we talk about our future. We talk about the children. We talk about stuff now. We talk about the stuff that's going on around us, what we can change, how we can change it, situations at work, situations at our own thoughts. She talks about spirituality, though she's practicing, but she's not a therapist. Um, but she is, I call her a little scientist because she works in a pharmacy. So she's every little pills, but she's very holistic. And she asked questions about. So yeah, just basically, I'm just gonna go and round it off. But um, it's like the other night I went to see a friend of mine. Well, the other day actually, not the other night. The other day I went to see a friend of mine, and she's a healer, and she does more. She does healing, and she deals with different frequencies and different levels. And she also is makes jewelry. And anyway, long story short, she showed me a book. When a book actually, it was actually a set of cards, and I thought they were bloody awesome. They're by Denise Lynn, and it's this, and that's Native Spirit. Now, I rarely ever get cards that talk to me when I'm not in the room, and let alone not being in the same building. And then what happened was, is like I looked at these cards, and they were sealed. They were sealed. As most cards do, because she was selling them. And I saw these cards, and then I just saw the box, which is that. And I went home and was meditating, and I kept seeing the cards flashing in my head. So I googled it, checked it out on YouTube, thinking, "What are you trying to tell me?" Anyway, and I just go with what I feel, yeah. And then anyway, long story short, went to bed, woke up, must have been about 4 o'clock with these cards on my bloody mind. And then I went to rest in the other room, and these cards are just bloody awesome. And you've got like cards like this, smudging, Ceremony and Spirit Keeper of the North. They are really good. And you got one like Ancestors. And this other one I like as well. Gathering Your Tribe. And now I realise when I do like my cards with people that when I've got this an explanation coming over, I will put these cards with at the end. And I'm going to do readings with these and do a video soon with them. Maybe in a week or so. But I just want to get used to them first and see what they really want me for. But anyway, and I know at the end of the day, when I do the cards, I'm going to put these at the end of the film at the end of each row as a end of a situation of what the other cards are trying to say. That's my first mind, what comes to mind. So basically, what I wanted to say is like, I think this video is about finding your own journey in spirituality, to be honest. Because and then get put off by all the mumbo jumbo of the kind of like the abbreviations, the meanings like consciousness shift, transformation, spiritual development, deep rooted work, your lost child, your inner child, your child that's looking for its own child. And the reality is like, it's good to know what these things mean, obviously, because that's what the kind of like the lingo people talk about, and it's good to know what what they're saying, that you're there thinking what you're talking about. As you know, the inner child is your inner child, and working with your inner child is really powerful. But don't worry too much if you can't get your head around it straight away. It will come. It will just come. So just follow your heart. I mean, just be true to yourself, man, because we all here doing our own journey and growing on. I was going to say fighting the same fight, but I was going to say we are growing and expanding on the same frequency, because we all on Earth, frequency Earth. But some of us elevate higher or lower. So anyway, love and light to you all, and love and light for an eternal flame. And I hope you're well. Stay safe. Sending out positive energy to cure the world of this damn stupid virus that's out there. And I'll see you soon on the next video. Namaste.